Whew, okay, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Today's video is talking about my top 5 apps for travel. Some of these you guys might know, but some of them I'm actually so surprised that people who travel do not know about these. So I will start with my #1 app that I use, and if you guys have seen any travel vlogs, any hostels, any hotels I've stayed in, they have all been booked. 99% have been booked through the app called Booking. Booking.com is one of my favorite apps. It has hotels, hostels, apartments, bed and breakfasts, guest homes. It kind of has everything, and it kind of allows you to book last minute as well. It's like once you're registered, it's like 1-2 taps and boom, you've got it reserved. And I really like it. And this summer, if you guys saw me traveling, most of the time when I knew, for example, Dubrovnik, I can remember getting off the ferry from Hvar Island in Croatia, arriving in Dubrovnik, going straight across to a Wi-Fi, and I actually told you guys in the vlog that I didn't have anything booked. And on Booking, you can pull up a map, and you can pull up on the map and it shows where you are, and you can find the hotels or hostels, however you guys like it. You can pull it up, book it, everything's all done right then and there. Super easy to use. And my second favorite app is SkyScanner. SkyScanner, I'm like so shocked that people don't know this. When I'm traveling, when I'm on the plane, sitting next to someone, and I explain how cheap I've got the flight for, and out of all the people I've met so far, there's been so many that have no idea what SkyScanner. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out here where I live, and people are going crazy, going to the beach, motorcycles, everything. But it's surprising how many people do not know about SkyScanner. And you can get flights for super cheap, even last minute. I want to say I got a last minute ticket one time from Warsaw, Poland to Stockholm, Sweden for €7. €7. I remember getting to Stockholm and having to pay for a bus to get to the center, and that cost me €20. And I was like, that was almost 3 times the price of the flight to get there. But the thing you have to do when you book with SkyScanner is you put your starting point and then you put your destination to everywhere. So by putting it everywhere, it tells you in price order of what's the best place to go. Because sometimes when you want to go one place, it's cheaper to take a roundabout way, and it's better, and you save a lot of money. And one story about SkyScanners, I remember I was in Prague and I wanted to arrive in Warsaw. And that flight, I can't even remember exactly right now, it was like 80 or 100 euros. And I was like, okay, well, let's just see if I can do another route. Found another route where I could get a flight for 20 euros to Berlin, then get a flight for 25 euros from Berlin to Belgium, and then I got a 12-euro flight from Belgium to Warsaw. And that was just one instance where I can remember that it was so cool because I got to see new cities and other cities and then still made it to my destination, and flight-wise, it was cheaper. Now, of course, I had to pay for hotels and all that kind of stuff, or hostels. I like to stay in hostels. It was more expensive that way, but as far as the flights itself, I got to fly to other cities. Now, if you have time restraints and budget restraints, I understand, or you have, especially with time, but if you have the time, you just don't know where to go, this is how I decide a lot of my travels, by just booking where I am right now and booking everywhere. And then another thing that's very important is knowing what cities are cheap to fly from. When you guys are here in Europe, Paris, Barcelona, Berlin, Warsaw, and maybe Rome. These are my 5 cities that they're always usually cheap to fly from. Just give you guys an example. To give you guys an example, I'll go to SkyScanner right now. I'll look for a flight for next week from Paris. So basically, you go to the app and you have a sign like this. And then from there, you put where you want to start from. So you guys can see I put in Paris and I put everywhere, even though it's not focusing too well. So from September 12th, which is next week, you can see the prices of the flights. So you can see it's super cheap. I mean, right now it's September, so the prices are even less, and they'll keep going down October, November as well. So this is one app that I use. You can get really cheap flights knowing where to fly from. So sometimes it's better to take a bus or something to a main city in that country and fly from there, because in the long term, you'll make the money up. Third app that I can't believe that people don't know about is Maps.me. Maps.me. This is like Google. It's like Google Maps, but it's offline maps. When you guys are traveling, you want to go to Amsterdam, you want to go to Warsaw, you download the map to your phone. Before you go, they're not big files. They're like 20 megabytes, 7 megabytes, something like this. You download it using Wi-Fi, and then you're all set. When you arrive there, it has everything loaded on here, offline, super simple to do, and you won't get lost. When you come off, you don't have to search for Wi-Fi. Everything is offline. It's offline maps, and it is a lifesaver. And even better than that, if you guys remember when I was in Slovenia and I was hiking up that mountain, it even has trails in there for you guys who like to climb mountains, go off the trail, hiking trails, cycling trails, running trails. trails. It has all the trails in there as well. Maps.me is a definite must for all travelers. And number 4 is GoEuro.com if you guys are here in Europe, but it also works in other places too. It's GoEuro. It's like SkyScanner, but it tells you every method of travel. So when you type there, you want to go from Paris to Berlin, it'll tell you how you can get there by car, bus, and flight. So it's kind of like SkyScanner. I use it as a backup plan sometimes, especially in places like Croatia, where there's not a good train system and you don't know what buses to take. You go to GoEuro, it'll tell you the flight and it'll tell you the best buses to go, and that's the app that I use, and I book my bus trips through there. Normally everything is with GoEuro. And here's the 5th and final app that I think is so important that you guys already know about, but you haven't really thought about how cool and useful it can be, and that's WhatsApp. Everyone has WhatsApp. It allows you to call, almost everyone has WhatsApp. Hope you guys have it. It allows you to call people overseas, to do video, to do voice, to do any kind of messages you want. But one of the best things about WhatsApp, what people don't talk about, is that you can make groups. So for example, when I'm traveling and I was in Montenegro, I know I'm gonna be there for 4 days, and we got people in the hostel and all of us are there for 4 days, then what we do is you create like a group. You create like a travel group, and you guys can talk like, hey, you guys wanna meet up here, you wanna go here. Especially if you guys are traveling in big cities like Rome, Paris, something like that, and you guys wanna split off. Because I'm someone who's independent a lot of times, so I like being with the group, but I gotta have my time. And then there's other people who I've been traveling with and I've met traveling who are the exact same way. So I recommend getting that. You can make a group, and then as soon as you guys part ways, you can just delete the group, but you still have each other's contacts. And one of the best things, you can also do location drops on there as well. So when I'm having a meetup where I'm trying to meet some people and they don't know where I am, I can send a meetup point. I can say, meet me right here. They can find it. Even with Maps.me, it'll find it on there as well. Maps.me has addresses also. And it's one of the best things. And you guys can even keep the group if you want. I have some groups that I have traveling. We still have a group on WhatsApp. We haven't talked, we haven't posted maybe, but there's a group there. And sometimes every now and then someone will post something. And it's really cool, I think. And you can add people and however you want to. It's kind of like a little mastermind group. You can create your own groups of travel, cool places. If you guys know any cool places, make it in the group. So as people are traveling, they're sending cool things, and it's a cool way to stay connected, because trust me, when you guys get people's Facebook and stuff like that, most of the time it doesn't really work out to you having a great conversation all the time with all the amount of people you're meeting. So WhatsApp is a more personalized and pretty cool. So those are kind of my top 5 apps for traveling. Those are apps that I use almost on a daily basis, especially when I'm traveling, even on day trips, everything like that. Use them. Hope this helps. Any apps that you guys have that you recommend that are lifesavers that you've used, leave them in the comments below, so that way I can find out and maybe I can share it again and other people can know. Drop your knowledge, what you know of the apps below. And I think that's kind of it for the video. I am almost running late to my practice right now, but wanted to get this video out and made, and I was in the mood, you know, I had that momentum going, so I had to make this video. Hope that really helps you out though, and I'll talk to you guys, see you guys in the next episode of this little travel series, or how I do what I do. I haven't really thought of a good name for it, but yeah, that's kind of it. Hope that helped, and I'll talk to you guys all later, and everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile. Ciao.